Hawaiian Volcano Observatory reports that Fissure continues to be very active and is feeding a lava channel with a broad ocean entry along the Kapoho shoreline. Fresh lava is also oozing at Kapoho Beach logs. Gas emissions from the Fissure eruption and lays at the ocean entry continue to be very high. Due to volcanic activity, the following policies are in effect. Due to active lava near houses in Kapoho, access by residents is not allowed. Due to frequent earthquakes, residents in the volcano area are advised to monitor utility connections of gas, electricity, and water after earthquakes. Under emergency provisions, any looting or vandalism during an emergency is treated as a felony. The Hawaii Police Department is enforcing the Federal Aviation Administration's temporary flight restriction for the Lower Puna area. No aircraft or drone activity is allowed within the temporary flight restriction. Disaster assistance is available island-wide to individuals and businesses in Hawaii County that have been affected by the Kilauea eruption. The Disaster Recovery Center is open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and is located at the TR High School gym. If you need a ride, buses run between the two shelters and the Disaster Recovery Center. Representatives from FEMA, the U.S. Small Business Administration, and state and county agencies are available at the Disaster Recovery Center to assist you. We are on watch 24 hours a day for your safety. This is your Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency.
We're getting an inside look at Hawaii Volcano's National Park. It closed 49 days ago as the eruption quickly made the area unsafe for the public. Our Mileka Lincoln received an escort inside to show us how Halemaumau crater has changed. From our vantage point here on Waldron Ledge, you can see the significant changes to Halemaumau crater, which USGS HVO geologists estimates has doubled in size over the last 2 months and dropped at least 1,000 feet.
This is a profound sequence of events here at Kilauea, unprecedented really in modern times.
Scientists say the amount of change that has taken place at Halemaumau is staggering. The crater's volume has been increasing at a rate of more than 10 million cubic meters every day.
After only 1 week has passed, the scale of change is really breathtaking. We're used to looking at changes on the order of centimeters over years. Here, the scale of change is tens of feet per day in some cases.
Halemaumau crater used to have the largest lava lake on the planet. Over the last 2 months, it's drained away, fueling the ongoing eruption in the lower East Rift Zone. While scientists believe the magma that supplies Kilauea rises from the mantle in a seemingly unlimited supply, they say what's happening right now is the summit reservoir is depleting faster than it can fill.
Explosive eruptions at the summit, this really enormous enlargement of Haleakala crater. It's really tremendous. We knew that could happen, but I don't think most of us thought that we would ever see it happen in our lifetimes.
While geologists say there has been profound loss, there has also been an unprecedented opportunity for a better understanding of volcanoes, including how to potentially predict future eruption events.
Earthquake! As a scientist, it really is an inspirational event. This is a once-in-a-career phenomena unfolding, and we have so much to learn from this that will help future generations and other volcanology groups around the world deal with similar situations. The challenge of trying to figure out what's going on, and perhaps more importantly, figure out what's going to happen, is epic. And this is, in large part, what volcanologists are born to do.
While USGS HVO geologists tell us they do not know with any certainty whether magma will return to Pu'u'o'o, they do believe that it will eventually come back here to Kilauea caldera. Of course, when that happens is unclear.
The Kilauea volcano has now made vicious eruption a natural part of Hawaii's Big Island landscape as established lava channels from the volcano begin to overflow in dramatic scenes. Hawaii's Big Island remains under the grip of the Kilauea volcano, sending a constant stream of lava from its summit and fissures towards the ocean. So far, more than 600 properties have been destroyed in the wake of the disaster, and thousands of people have been left staying with relatives or in emergency shelters. No one has been killed, unlike the recent Guatemala volcano which killed more than 100 people while almost 200 remain missing. The established channel from the Kilauea towards the ocean is now said to be overflowing, producing a fresh lava threat for properties. The Hawaiian Volcano Observatory said the volcano remains very much active, still spewing lava from fissures 8 and 18. Fissure 8 has been adding lava to the channel, resulting in small and short-lived overflows. As of this morning, no further overflows were being observed and the main flow has now crusted over. But fresh lava is still oozing from the Kapoho Bay coast, although it is now moving under this crust. As a result of the overflows and progress of lava towards more homes, the public have been restricted from accessing part of the Kapoho Bay area. The Hawaii Civil Defense Authority advises that gas emissions and lays coming from the ocean entry is still high. In addition, smaller earthquakes and seismic activity in the area has the authority asking people to monitor utility connections of gas, electricity, and water. Many zones in the national park and around homes have now been declared uninhabitable and will likely not be occupied again for years to come. Although natural environments can regenerate fully following eruption, it is expected that this will take a long time. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park Acting Superintendent Durantalo is so far unsure about how soon it will be before the park is reopened. Talking to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser, she said, "We are really waiting to hear from the scientists from the U.S. Geological Survey about when conditions have changed to the point that we can look at. It's a huge unknown." The recent eruption has apparently occurred in highly visited areas of the park, so a large amount of revenue will probably be forfeited. How much of Big Island is now covered in lava? Kilauea has been busy, having spilled more than 25 million cubic meters of lava already, enough to fill an Olympic swimming pool every 25 seconds. Big Island is Hawaii's largest, and lava now covers 61,000 of it. At 2,577,920 acres total, this means that 4.2% of the whole island is now covered in streaming lava. The outcrop of land created as a result of the eruption currently juts out into the ocean by almost 1 mile.
Look inside Hawaii Volcanoes National Park since it was closed. As Mileka Lincoln shows us, the difference at the summit is staggering. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park has now been closed for 49 days. Ongoing earthquakes and nearly daily collapsed explosions are just a few of the hazards that keep this area shut down to the public.
It doesn't look like we have really an end anywhere in sight, although we hope that nothing lasts forever and that we can reopen in the near future.
A layer of ash covers the otherwise deserted Hale Ma'uma'u Overlook parking lot, which would typically be packed with cars and visitors. Inside, Jagger Museum itself is also empty, after park officials cleared out the artwork and relocated it to a more secure place.
The underlying theme is uncertainty. We don't know where the next earthquake is going to open up. We don't know what effect that's going to have on our park or our park visitors.
While the Kahuku unit of the park remains open 5 days a week, officials say the Kilauea area sustains too much damage on a daily basis, from new cracks along roadways to the rattling of earthquakes that could create fall hazards or new areas of isolation. Park rangers say it's just not possible to keep everyone safe.
We don't take closing Hawaii Volcanoes National Park lightly at all. These are tough decisions that are made in consultation with scientists, with our management team, etc. We know the impact on the local community, but it's truly not a safe place to stay up here. You can see right now we have ash kicking out, which is getting in my eyes and making it a little bit difficult to breathe. But that said, this is an extraordinary time. Hale Ma'uma'u is changing every day, and when the park reopens, which I'm confident it will down the road, we look forward to sharing the changes with our public.
Officials estimate the closure of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, which is entering now its 7th week, has caused an impact of about $20 million in losses to the local economy.
Kilauea has entered its 8th week of eruption, with ever-flowing lava, earthquakes and widening crater. Seismic activity at Kilauea Volcano on Hawaii's Big Island has reached its 8th week and has forever changed the landscape of the island. Continuous lava flows are feeding a channel into the ocean, which has crushed the island, destroying structures and homes. Residents remain displaced from their homes, unsure as to when they will be able to return or what they will be returning to. Air quality on Big Island is closely monitored as sulfur dioxide is pushed into the atmosphere from the summit and active fissures. Fissure 8 remains the most active of Kilauea's fissures, spewing lava at increased rates. Some of the Big Island community gathered last night to discuss the continuing eruption from Kilauea. Ron Low, Chief of Resource Management at Hawaii National Park, spoke to those gathered as well as those watching on Facebook Live. We are in the 8th week of this new phase of eruptive activity of the Kilauea volcano, and we are in the 7th week of park closures, she said. The most popular areas, Kilauea Summit and Mauna Loa roads, remain closed due to safety hazards associated with this current eruptive event. Fissure 8 has consistently proved to be the most active of Kilauea's fissures, spewing lava at increased rates. In a statement on their website, Hawaii Civil Defense warned of the continuing activity at the fissure. Hawaiian Volcano Observatory reports that Fissure 8 continues to be very active and is feeding a lava channel with a broad ocean entry along the Kupo'o shoreline. Fresh lava is also oozing at Kupo'o Beach lots. Gas emissions from the fissure eruption and lays at the ocean entry continue to be very high.